When you come into the space that Manitoba Hydro Place, there's a real sense of purpose in the building. It feels like walking into a space that was intentionally, holistically designed to do the job that it was intended to do. This is one of Canada's most energy efficient office buildings. You can learn a lot about the way the building works simply by being in the building and experiencing the space. In Canada especially, we have a harsh climate, so the climatically responsive design approach is about understanding the climate and looking to harness the advantages and address the challenges of that local climate. And for us, a lot of that has to do with exposing our building to solar radiation, to low-grade solar energy, allowing that sun, which is quite abundant, especially in the coldest days of the year when it's minus 35 degrees Celsius outside. Those tend to be our sunniest days in Winnipeg. In our particular block, the street grid is about 15 degrees shifted off of the cardinal directions. So our building, to be able to maximize our passive solar heating, is oriented slightly off of the street grid. We're exposing our building and opening up the building to the outside and letting the sunshine in. We really wouldn't be able to achieve this climatically responsive concept without having the thermal mass inherent in concrete. That was absolutely essential. Concrete, because of its mass and its ability to store heat, sort of modulates temperatures in the environment without any input of energy at all. So if you can think of a lightweight building that's made of wood and steel and drywall, you'll have very dramatic temperature swings in that environment. So when the sun starts to shine into a space, the temperature will spike up very quickly, and then as soon as that sun goes around the corner or we close the shades on it, the temperature will drop very quickly because there's not a lot of thermal capacity or heat holding capacity in the materials. This building used 35,600 cubic meters of concrete. All of our heating and cooling for the building essentially is happening through our concrete slab. By having that radiant heating and cooling system integrated into the concrete slab of the building, we can have a dedicated outdoor air system that brings fresh air in through the raised floor directly to each individual. 3 times every hour throughout the wintertime, you have a complete flush of all the air in the space. And people notice it anecdotally, and we've noticed it as a company in how that impacts our sick time. We really value flexibility in our spaces because, we don't know how the workforce is going to function 20 years from now. The concrete structure allows us to have column-free space throughout the entirety of the loft. And it's hard to quantify the value of that, but it's significant for us. When we started this project, we had very aggressive goals in terms of quality of space for our employees and achieving the highest possible standard to support their productivity, while also achieving groundbreaking levels of energy efficiency. And our original target was actually LEED Gold, and then we kind of circled back and we realized we were awfully close to that platinum level, and in the end, our energy numbers kind of pushed us over to be the first office building in Canada that was actually a LEED Platinum certified building. The building kind of operates now between 60 and 65% better than the Model National Energy Code. Compared to a typical building in Winnipeg, this building is probably closer to 75% more energy efficient. That's worth almost $1.5 million on an annual basis going forward. When you have sort of climate change leading to more dramatic environmental events, hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, it's not the type of building where you have to run out within an hour of the power being cut. I think that's a really important factor with the reality of climate change. The building is more than a series of discrete parts. It's an integrated whole. You have to understand the climate intensely to be able to come up with a concept, an energy concept that takes advantage of the climate, that sort of guards against the challenges of the climate. It's very exciting to know that we're among the most energy efficient office buildings in North America. I think it's also inspiring because we want to see where we can go from here.